Systems of linear equations graphical. A system of equations is a set or collection of equations that can be considered at the same time. A solution to the system can be thought about in different ways depending on how we represent the system, graphically, in a table, or an equation, which we also call algebraically. Graphically, the solution is the place on the graph where the lines overlap. In a table, the solution is the xy coordinate pair that is in both tables. And in an equation, the solution is the xy coordinate pair that makes both equations true. Now in each of these, you can see that there's the plural. And the reason why that is because sometimes there's more than one solution to a system of equations. And also there's sometimes not any solution to a system of equations. But we'll talk more about that in a later video. All right, now we have this situation where we have a solution, a system of equations. It's given graphically and in a table and algebraically, or in equations. And we can see that the the graph and the equations match up. Let's look at the blue one first. The y-intercept identified here by B says 0, -4 is the y-intercept. Now with a slope of 2, that says, remember our slope is delta y over delta x. And here 2 can also be thought of as 2 over 1, so that our delta y is up 2, and our delta x is to the right 1. So from here to the right 1, up 2, there's another point. To the right 1, up 2, another point. Delta x, delta y. Okay. Notice that delta y is the 2 and delta x is the 1. In our other situation, our b value here tells us that our y-intercept is the point 0, 5. And our slope here of -1/4 can be thought about in a couple different ways. We can put the -1 above the 4, and those two fractions are equal. And this says to go down 1 and to the right 4. From here, down 1 to the right 4, and there's another point right there. We can also think of it as going down 1/4 and to the right 1, down 1/4 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 to the right 1. That's another way to think about that. But I think -1/4, down 1 to the right 4 is probably easier. And we can see that our table then also matches up. 0, 4 is, or 0, -4 is right there. 0, 5 is right there. Now, in the graph, the solution to the system of equations, just like it says up above, is where the two lines overlap, or the two graphs overlap. The two graphs overlap right there at the point 4, 4. The x value is 4, and the y value is 4. In the table, we look for the coordinate pair that is in both tables. So when x is 0, y is -4 on the blue line, and y is 5 on the red line. So those don't match up. Here, the y values don't match up. They don't match up there. They don't match up there. But there, when x is 4, y is 4 in both of those tables. So we can see that the solution in the table is right here at 4, 4. That's good news, because if it didn't match our graph, we would be in trouble. Lastly, we're going to verify that 4, 4 is actually the solution, or at least a solution to our system of equations algebraically. So we're going to take our x value here and plug it in for x there and there. Then we're going to take our y value and plug it in there and there. So we have y is 4 is equal to 2 times 4 minus 4. Right here, 2 times 4, that's 8. So we have 4 is equal to 8 minus 4. On the left-hand side, we have 4. And on the right-hand side, 8 minus 4 is 4. It checks. That tells me that the point 4, 4, 4, 4 is a solution to this equation. It makes the equation true. Now we have to check the red equation. We plug in 4, 4 for x and y. Negative 1/4 times 4 plus 5. Now right here, negative 1/4 times 4 can be thought of as negative 1/4 times 4/1. Well, a negative times a positive is a negative. In the numerators, 1 times 4 is 4 over. In the denominator, 4 times 1 is 4. And that equals negative 1. Negative 4/4 is equal to negative 1. So right here, this equals negative 1. So we have 4 is equal to negative 1 plus 5. On the left, we have 4. And on the right, negative 1 plus 5 is 4. And that checks as well. So what I've just shown is that the point 4, 4 makes both of these equations true. So we verified that the point 4, 4 really is a solution to that system of equations algebraically.